Good day and welcome to K-Tutors. At K-Tutors, we demystify your curiosity and help you to enjoy maths. In the previous class, we learned about odd, even, and prime numbers. We said that even numbers are numbers that are divisible by 2. So, they end in 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. We also said that odd numbers and numbers that are not divisible by 2, that is, they are direct opposites of even numbers. And they end in 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. We went on to say that prime numbers are numbers with only 2 factors, that is, themselves and 1. In a nutshell, they can only be divided by themselves and 1. We said that numbers that are not prime are referred to as composite numbers. That is, composite numbers are numbers that have more than 2 factors. We also said that 2 is the only even prime number. Every other prime number is odd. We used the sieve of Eratosthenes to find the prime numbers between 1 and 100. We also made general statements for odd and even numbers. We said when adding even and even number, the result is always even. And when adding odd numbers to odd numbers, the result is also even. However, when adding even numbers to odd numbers, the result is always odd. We went on to making general statement when subtracting even and odd numbers. We said when you subtract an even number from an even number, the result is always even. When subtracting odd number from an odd number, the result is always even. However, when subtracting an even number from an odd number or an odd number from an even number, the result is always odd. Finally, we talked about multiplication, making general statement when multiplying even and odd number. When multiplying an even number with an even number, the result is always even. And when multiplying odd number with an odd number, the result is always odd. For instance, 3 times 3 is 9. Also, when multiplying an even number with an odd number or an odd number with an even number, the result is always even. Today, we are going to be solving some examples on odd and even numbers, and that's word problems on odd and even numbers. And remember, when you are solving word problems, you have to take every statement into consideration. So our example, the first example here is a school library has 246 fiction books and 135 non-fiction books. How many books are there in total? Is the total an odd or an even number? So let us get to work. Now remember, whenever you're solving word problems, every statement is important. I mean, every statement is important. And you're also going to take into consideration the keywords. So let's start again. A school library has 246 fiction books. So let us look at our solution now. So our fiction book, we have 246. Now that is the first statement there. A non-fiction book, so let us come here. Our non-fiction book, okay, now this is fiction book and non-fiction book. So how many non-fiction books do we have in this library? We have 135 non-fiction books. Now we have succeeded in getting the first and the second statement. Let us come to the question, and this is the question here. Now, how many books do we have in total? Here, what is the key word here? Total. And whenever you encounter the word total in any question, just know that you are supposed to do what? Can you guess? You're supposed to add. So now let us add the fiction books and the non-fiction books in this library. Now we are expected to add here. So we have 2, 4, and 6 plus 1, 3, 5. Adding fiction books and non-fiction books. So let us add now. 6 plus 5 is 11. You write down 1 and you carry 1 to the next column here. So 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. Now 2 plus 1 is 3. So our final answer here is 381. Now for the fact that this number ends in 1, is the total an odd or an even number? The total here is an odd number because it's end in 1, and so this is odd. Okay, so let us move to the next question here. Sam collected 412 marbles. So total marbles collected 412. Now he gave, from here, he gave 189 marbles to his cousin. How many does he have left? Okay, now these keywords, we have two keywords here. Gave. By giving, it means you are removing to give, so that is subtraction. Left, whenever you encounter the word left in any word problem, it means you are supposed to subtract. 4, 1 and 2 take away 1, 8 and 9. Okay, so let's subtract. Obviously 2 cannot take away 9, so you rename. You borrow a bundle of 10 here and you add it here, and automatically this becomes 12. So you have 0 left here. So 12 take away 9, that will give you 3. You borrow a bundle of 10 again and you add it here, that will become 10. 10 take away 8, that will give you 2. And finally you have 3 left here. 3 take away 1, this will give you 2. So you have as your final answer 223. Now from this question here, is this number odd or even? This number is odd because it's ending in 3. So this is an odd number. 223 is an odd number. So let's look at the next question. Maya read 523 pages in her book last month. So last month, let's look at this. Remember, you are expected to always state your question. Last month, how many did she read? She read 523 pages in her book. And this month, how many did she read? This month she read 278 more. Okay, now let's stop here and analyze this statement. Now she read 278 more pages. Is this the actual amount she read? No. Here, she read more. So in order to get the actual amount she read this month, you are expected to add to last month. So the more she read this month, you are expected to add to what she read last month. So last month she read 523 pages, and this month she read 278 more of what she read last year. So what did she actually read this month? She read, you're going to add in order to get the number of pages she read this month. So you have 3 plus 8 is 11. You write 1 and you carry 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 7 is 10. You write down 0 and you carry 1. 1 plus 5, 6, 6 plus 2. So she read 801 pages this month. Now the question now is, how many pages has she read in total? In total, it means how many pages has she read last month and this month, right? So what we are expected to do now is to add everything she read last month and this month. So last month she read 523 last month, and this month how many pages did she read? Some students will just pick 278. No, remember, this is not the actual number of pages she read this month, because here it is 278 more pages. So the actual number of pages she read this month is this last month plus this month, and that will give you 801. 3 plus 1 is 4, 2 plus 0 is 2, and 5 plus 8, what are we going to get? 13. So in total, this month and last month, she read 1,324 pages. And this is, what can you guess? An even number. You guessed correctly, because this number ends in 4. So let us look at the next question here. Okay, a farmer has 125 orange trees. Okay, so orange trees, so we have orange trees. Okay, a farmer has 125 orange trees. That's the first statement. 125 orange trees. And each tree produces 8 baskets of oranges. So one tree will give you 8 baskets of oranges. 8 baskets of oranges. How many baskets are there in all? How many baskets are there in all? So one tree will give me 8 baskets of oranges. 2 trees will give me 16. 3 will give me 24. And that is what we call repeated addition. Another name for repeated addition is simply multiplication. So in this case, you are expected to multiply. So let us go on and multiply. So I have 125 times 8. 5 times 8, I'll have 40. I'll write down 0 and carry 4. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 4. That will give us 20. I'll write down 0 and carry 2. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 2, and that will give you 10. So in total, the number of baskets I have there, I'll get 1,000 baskets of oranges for all the trees. So is this even or odd? Of course, it's even because it's ending in 0. And finally, a car company makes 124 cars each month. For every month, they make 124 cars. How many cars will they make in 12 months? So I guess you can just try this yourself and drop your answer in the comment section. Let us move on to further example. Here we are going to be looking at consecutive numbers. So what are consecutive numbers? Consecutive numbers are numbers that follow each other in order. So we have ordinary consecutive numbers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are consecutive numbers. Why are they consecutive numbers? Because they follow each other in order, and their difference here is just 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. 4 minus 3 is 1. So these are standard consecutive numbers. You can as well say 100, 101, 101, 102. These are consecutive numbers because they follow each other in order. We also have consecutive even numbers. Consecutive even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. These are consecutive even numbers because they follow each other. We removed 1, 3, 5 because they are not even numbers. Okay, so these are consecutive even numbers. We as well have consecutive odd numbers. Consecutive odd numbers, we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are consecutive odd numbers. So what are consecutive numbers? They are numbers that follow each other in order of sequence. Okay, they are numbers that follow each other in order of sequence. So what is the difference for standard consecutive numbers? The difference here is 1. What's the difference here? 2. 2 minus 0 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. And what's the difference here? The difference here is 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so we have explained the concept of consecutive numbers. So let us look at some word problems on consecutive numbers. The sum of 3 consecutive odd numbers. Consecutive odd numbers. The first consecutive number here, we don't know the number, so let the numbers be x. Okay, so the first one will be x plus 2. That's the first odd consecutive number. Okay, and the second one will be x plus 4. And the third one will be x plus 6. So these are the 3 consecutive odd numbers. The sum of the 3 of them is equal to 45. Now we've been asked to find these numbers. So let us get to work. So x plus 2 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 6. This will give us 45. Now, at this point, we are expected to collect like terms. By collecting like terms, it means you are collecting numbers or items that are alike. X is similar to x and x, so you collect them. X plus x plus x are the same terms, while 2 is a number, a constant, so 2 plus 4 and plus 6 all equal to 45. So we'll go on to add x plus x plus x. I'll have 3x plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 will have 12, and that will give us 45. Now, in order to find the value of just x here, the first thing to do is to make the 12 here to cross the bridge, or better still, you can subtract both sides by 12 because this 12 here is carrying a positive sign. So in order to eliminate this 12, you are expected to subtract both sides by 12. So I can as well subtract this by 12. So what will be the value there? So 12 minus 12 will have 3x to give us 45 minus 12. You see, we have successfully removed this 12 here. And that's the same thing. If you can take this over to this side, the positive sign here, once it crosses this equality bridge, it automatically turns to negative. So 3x will give us 33. You divide both sides by 3. 3 will divide 3 here. And 3 here is 1 and 3 here is 11. So x here is equal to 11. So now let's go ahead to find this number. The first number there is x plus 2. So what's x plus 2? Meaning 11 plus 2, and that will give us 13. The second number is 11 plus 4, and that will give us 15. And the third number is 11 plus 6, that will give us 17. You see, these are consecutive numbers, 13, 15, and 17. Now let's add to see if we are actually correct. 13 plus 17 is 30. 30 plus 15 is 45. You see, we are correct. And let us move on to the next question. The sum of 4 consecutive even numbers. 4 consecutive even numbers is 100. We've been asked to find these numbers. Okay, so we have x plus 2 again. That's the first even number. The second is x plus 4. The third is x plus 6. And the last one is x plus 8. When you sum all of them, it will give you 100. So let's get to work. X plus 2 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 6 plus x plus 8. This will give you 100. We collect like terms again. Remember, in collecting like terms, you bring all the x together and all the numbers to one side and you add. So x plus the second x plus the next x plus the last x, then plus this 2 here, 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 to give you 100. So x plus x plus x plus x, you have 4x, then plus 2 plus 4 plus 6, that will give you 12. 12 plus 8, 20. So we have 20 here. Everything here is equal to 100. Now, you can as well say 4x plus 20. In order to eliminate this 20 here, you can take away 20, which will also give you 100. Whatever you do to the left-hand side, you are expected to do to the right-hand side. So I remove 20 from here, I remove 20 from here. As you can as well carry this 20. You can as well carry this 20 over to the other side of the equality sign, and whenever you are doing such, remember that this positive sign here would automatically change to a negative sign. So let's continue. You have 4x. 20 minus 20 is 0, so I can just forget about that, and I'll have 100. 100 minus 20, I'll have 80. So I'll divide both sides by 4. Divide both sides by 4. Why am I dividing both sides by 4? I'm dividing by the coefficient of x here, just to have x, because we've not been asked to look for 4x. We've been asked to look for just x. So 4 will take on 4. 4 here is 1, and 4 here is 4 into 8 is 20. So the value of x is equal to 20. The first even number there is 20 plus 2, that is x plus 2. The first one is 22, followed by x plus 4, 20 plus 4, that will give us 24. Then x plus 6 here, x plus 6 here, and that will give us 26 plus x plus 8, 20 plus 8, and that will give us 28. So these are the 4 consecutive even numbers. Now let's confirm if these numbers will add up to 100. 22 plus 28, that is 50. 24 plus 26, 50. 50 plus 50, 100. So our answer is correct. Let us solve the last question. The last question here is the sum of 5 consecutive numbers. So here it is neither odd number or even number. You've been restricted to just consecutive numbers. So the first one here is x. The first consecutive number here is x, right? Followed by the second consecutive number, that is x plus 1. Remember, they will follow each other in order because it is if it was odd number, remember the difference is always 2. Even number, the difference always 2. Okay, but in this case they are just consecutive numbers. The difference is always 1. So x plus 2. The next one is x plus 3. The next one is x plus 4. So these are the 5 consecutive numbers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The 5 consecutive numbers add up to 185. So we have x plus 1 plus x plus 2 plus x plus 3 plus x. So plus x here plus 4. Then everything 185. Again, we're going to collect our like terms. So this will give us x plus x plus x plus x plus another x. Then plus 1, there's 1 here, plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 to give us 185. X plus x plus x plus x plus x, all together you have 5x plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 and plus 4, you get 10. And everything here will give you 185. You take 10 across the equality sign, and remember, since this is a positive sign here, and if it is crossing the equality sign, this automatically changes to a negative number. So 5x is equal to 185 minus 10. 5x give us 185 minus 10, that will give us 175. In order to get the value of x here, you divide both sides by 5. 5 here, 5 here, 1, 1. 5 here is 1, 5 here is 3, remainder 2. And 5 into 25, you get 35. So the value of x here is equal to 35. 5 consecutive numbers here are 35, 36, 37, 37, 38, and 39. So these are the 5 consecutive numbers. Add this number up and see if they will sum up to 185. And this brings us to the end of this class. Thank you for staying with us, and remember that at K Tutors we demystify your curiosity and help you to enjoy maths. At this point, if you like what we do, subscribe to our channel. Thank you for staying with us and have a wonderful time. Bye.